Good afternoon, pre-algebra. I apologize I'm not able to be here today to see your lovely faces, but I am actually at home. My number 2 daughter was really sick yesterday, and my wife works, and she doesn't have benefits like I do, meaning if I have to take a sick day off, I can still get paid for it because I can stockpile sick days. My wife is, I think I probably talked about it already, she is a counselor, and she gets paid when she sees people. She gets paid really well when she sees people, but if she doesn't see people, she doesn't get paid. So she works 1 day a week, and since she was working on Tuesday this week, I am having to stay home with my kiddos. So anyways, we're going to be talking about commission rate and commission. I'm sure you guys have heard of those terms before. If you think about it, I'm sure you can read the screen. If any of your parents work in commission, it can be a very stressful environment to work on commission because it's all dependent on you. The more you do, the more productive you are, the more money you make. And so in one regard, you can make a killing in commission if you are good at what you do. If you aren't very good at what you do, you're going to need to find a new job because it can be a cutthroat industry. And so people that are in sales, they have, they just have they're just different. They just have this way about them. And so if you're an excellent communicator, then maybe something in sales will be right up your alley. So if you're a car salesman, if you are, for example, I've told you guys, I think before, I waitered at Texas Roadhouse for summer. Waiters and waitresses, they work on commission. And we've talked about how you want to pay your waiters or waitresses between 15 and 20% of your bill. That's the commission that they are receiving for their service to you. So the more food you purchase, the more people there are at a table, the higher the amount of commission they're going to get because the bill itself is going to be more. And so let's just get right to it. I want you to take notes on the worksheet that I'm giving you today. And so the commission rate, let's start with that, is the percentage of a sale that one can earn back. And so a lot of times, like I said, people that are waiter and waitressing, they can earn 15% of what they've sold you, 15 to 20% of what they've sold you, and even more if they did a really nice job. Okay, car salesman can earn, a person that's into selling houses usually earns 6% of the house sale. So if you think about a $100,000 house that's up for sale, they can earn $6,000 in one sale. So if you can sell, a couple of houses a year, you're sitting pretty good financially. Commission is the amount of money one can earn back based on the amount of sales one is able to do. So the percentage is the part that you're reclaiming. The commission is the actual dollar amount that you're reclaiming from the sales that you've done. And so I've got a couple of examples here I'd like to talk you through. The first couple actually had to do with my brother who worked at Lifetime Fitness down in the Easton Mall in Columbus after he graduated from college. I guess I wrote down the Polaris Mall. I couldn't remember if it's Polaris or Easton. And so it says, again, my brother used to sell memberships to Lifetime Fitness in the Polaris Mall down in Columbus. If a membership costs $150 per month and he received $12% commission rate for each membership he sells, how much does he make in commission for each membership sale? All right. So if you remember, we want to basically convert this back to a sentence that allows us to put it into either a proportion or an equation. I did mostly equations, I think, here. But here's what we're really asking. What is 12% of $150? That's really what we want to know. What is 12% of $150? So I set it into an equation. What is, remember, is equal. So what is 12%, 0.12, converting that to a decimal, of, we said was multiplication, 150. And what we see when we do that calculation is it's going to be $18. For every membership he sells, he gets only $18 out of that membership. Okay, so it's a lot of incentive to work hard Obviously, the more memberships you get, the more money you're going to make. Part B says this: if the company goal is for each employee to get 20 memberships per month, how much money in commissions should he expect to make monthly? And so you want to jot this down. Expected commission based on memberships is going to be 20 memberships at $18 a piece. Multiply those together. That's how much he is expected to bring in. He wants to bring back into his paycheck $360. Okay. Now, in my opinion, I think 20 memberships was an awful lot. I mean, you think about it, 20 memberships times 150, that would be that's $3,000 in memberships, and you're making only $360 off of that $3,000. So again, my brother's situation wasn't necessarily the best. If his hourly wage was $12 an hour, this is all true, only 4 years ago, so he wasn't getting paid very much. How much money was my brother making per month at Lifetime Fitness? So what you need to do, $12 per hour. I went ahead and multiplied the 12 times the 40 hours that are in a work week. 12 times 40. Now that's in a work week. I then multiplied that by 4 to get the whole month's salary. So again, $12 an hour times 40 hours gives you how much he will earn in 1 week, times 4 weeks, that'll give you how much he earns on an average month. Now I put that down as his base salary. That means if he only sells 5 memberships, if he only sells 2 memberships, he's still going to receive this base salary. If he doesn't sell any memberships, this is all he will receive, his base salary. Now his commission, like we calculated above, is $360. If you add that up, do those calculations, he's earning $2,280 a month. Now I know that sounds like a lot of money, $2,280, but I'm telling you right now, and you multiply that by 12, you're making about $27,000 a year. That's approximately how much I made my first year of teaching. Okay, and I'm just telling you right now that's not very much. If you are married and have a kid or two, you're probably in the poverty level of income right there. Just not very much. So just to keep that in mind. Example 2, Samuel receives a commission of $540 for selling his homemade soap at the local grocery store. If the total sales of the soap was $12,000, what was the commission rate the store gave Samuel for his soap? So again, thinking about how we want to convert this into a number sentence or an equation or a proportion, I went ahead and did this. Basically, we want to know $540 is what percent of $12,000? Now, you guys know this proportion really well, the is over of equals percent over 100, and so I'll just let you look at that. And if you work it out in the very end, the person earned about 4.5%. Now, if you watch enough Shark Tank, I think that most people, when they market something and sell it through someplace else, they're making like 85% of what they've made the product for. And so this isn't a very good life situation. I would say out of $12,000, you should expect to make about $9,000. That would be an acceptable profit margin. So, just keep that in mind. Want to keep you thinking about real world situations. You want to show your notes to the sub so you can get credit for today, and then you can begin working on your homework, which will be online. Tomorrow, I plan on giving you the quiz over the first half of this chapter, so make sure you come prepared for that. If you have any questions, let me know and we can talk before the class. Thank you for being an attentive audience. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.